Okay, guys, buckle up, because this is the story of meningoencephalitis, aka the brain-eating amoeba, who is the worst Airbnb guest in evolutionary history. So imagine you're just a little guy. You're microscopic, you're single-celled, you're living your best life in a warm, swampy soup of bacteria. Maybe you're in a lake in Texas. Maybe you're someone's cousin, and wherever you are, you're just slurping up germs and you're just vibing. You don't have rent, you don't have taxes, you don't have the crushing existential weight of living in an indifferent universe. You basically just have amoeba things. But then a human shows up. And this human lets Kevin, and he decides to do a full Olympic dive straight into the water. Water rockets up Kevin's nose like a caffeine-fueled toddler on a trampoline. And who's hitching a ride? That's right, Nigleria. And Nigleria is like, oh neat, a tunnel. And he keeps going up Kevin's nose until it hits the olfactory bulb, which is in the brain. So why would it do this? Because it evolved to follow acetylcholine, which is a chemical that for bacteria basically says, hey, there's bacteria nearby. In humans, it is involved in the neuromuscular junction, so it's how your brain signals to your muscles to move. And it does the same thing basically in bacteria. It tells them to move their little flagellum. But Naegleria evolved to be able to sense this, and we also have it. So now, Nigleria is just following the smell of Kevin's neurons like a bloodhound on meth. And then it starts eating Kevin's brain. And it's just like chomping away, chomp, chomp, chomp. It doesn't knock, it does not text, it just barges in, starts chomping on neurons, inflames everything, and throws a rager that ends in primary amebic meningoencephalitis, which is Latin for this freaking sucks and you're gonna die. Once you know you have it, you're basically already dead. Symptoms show up in 1 to 9 days. You get a headache inside your forehead. You have a fever, vomiting, a stiff neck, confusion, a seizure. Within 48 hours, you may be cooked because you'll start having hallucinations and stuff. And eventually what happens is your brainstem ceases to function and you stop breathing and you die. The fatality rate is 97%. This thing kills things faster than a TikTok trend. Now, how do you even know that you have it? Well, usually they take some of your spinal fluid, look under a microscope and go, yeah, like these are the wiggly guys. Or they may do a PCR test to replicate the DNA and then test if it's that kind of DNA if they're fancy. But by then you're probably already halfway to ghost town. So how do we treat it? Well, there's no real good successful way, but typically use a medical cocktail of amphotericin B, which is also known as the antifungal bazooka, and a hardcore management cocktail of your skull pressure. Amphotericin B also, it causes cell lysis, so it bursts open cells. So that is bad for your kidneys, but it also gets rid of it. But most people still die, and the reason is prevention is the move. So how do you prevent it? Well, don't snort lake water. Don't let it shoot up your nose like you're in a frat dare. Wear nose clips if you must swim in warm fresh water above 25 degrees Celsius. Don't stir up sediment. Nigleria loves the dirt. And neti pot users, I'm looking at you. Use boiled or distilled water, not tap, not rainwater, and not vibes. Also, pools need chlorine levels above 0.5 milligrams per liter, so if it smells funky, abort. Last thing, it did not evolve to eat our brains. It's just wanted bacteria. We are the accident. It's like a raccoon that wandered into your kitchen and then eats your toaster. So if you want your brain to stay inside your skull and not become soup, tell your amoebas to not use your nose. This has been a public service announcement from your boy, Little Micah Z. Also, that's right, the morbidity rate, it's 100%. Goodbye, don't die. Also, it's most common in regions with warm water, especially in the south of the United States, where most of the cases occur.